Alrighty, folks. It's 49ers. It's Eagles. It's the NFC Championship. I'm so excited. I've taken this entire week to listen and to collect my thoughts and to try to separate my feelings from the facts and comprise this video right here. I will say this before I say anything else. This is going to be the toughest test for the 49ers by far. Obviously, everything is riding on this game. For Brock Purdy, his entire 49er legacy is riding on him performing well. If you think that he's done enough to be our quarterback for next year or not, the reality of it is he has to have a Brock Purdy-like game to be the guy next year. If we get to the Super Bowl and then we win it, solidified, he's the guy. But he has to at least get there, or at least play well in this game and not lose it for us. You know, in the back of his mind, he knows that too. And I think that's the number one key thing for this game is winning the turnover battle and playing 49er football. Winning the turnover battle and playing 49er football, you know what that looks like? Exactly what this entire 12-game winning streak has been. Let's run the ball. Throw the ball when necessary, when the scheme calls for it, when it opens up. But let's run the ball. Let's establish the ground game. Let's win the turnover battle, because we're not going to be turning the ball over, and let's win the time of possession and completely suck the air out of that stadium and simply controlling the game from the inside out with the running game. The Niners have to run the ball 30 to 40 times in this game. That's their mentality. Every single week, that's what they want to do. And to take that crowd out of it, just to literally take the wind out of the Philadelphia Eagles' mighty sails, mighty wings even, run that football. Run it down their throat. 5, 6, 7, 8 minute drives. Even if that 7, 8, 9 minute drive ends up being a field goal, you just kept their offense off the field for that long, and you kept the defense on the field that long, pounding them. Pounding them. That is what happened with the Cowboys game last week. We weren't getting many yards in the first 3 quarters, but we kept pounding it. Ran over 30 times. Eventually, late in the third quarter, the wall started to break. Fourth quarter, holes started to open up. We beat teams up. That's what we have to do against the Eagles. Have to beat them up. They're 24th in the league stopping the run. If we establish that ground game early, it's going to open up the opportunities for Brock Purdy to take advantage of the young and weak Philadelphia linebacking core. A lot of Brock's throws are between the numbers. He does throw it out, but outside of the numbers and outside the hashes, for sure. But he throws a lot of balls, quick reads, slants between the numbers. We're going to take advantage of that inexperienced and sometimes lost in coverage Philadelphia linebacking core. Running the ball, throwing it around them, getting to the edge, winning the game at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball is a big deal. Converting the ball on third down will be a major deal. We've done good on that in the playoffs thus far. Big throw Brock over here against the Cowboys repeatedly. Put the ball where it needed to be, especially on third down. We got the dub. Scoring in the red zone, gotta do it. And I'm not talking a field goal. Robbie has never missed a kick in his playoff career. We gotta score a touchdown. Couple field goals, that's fine. We have to put the ball in the end zone. Gotta finish the job out. The Niners also just have to block for Brock Purdy. They have to. They gotta give him some time. The Eagles have the #1 pass rush in the entire league, their defensive line, and everybody that's coming after the quarterback. It's deep. It's real. It's no joke. Brock has to buy himself some time with his feet and move the pocket as he has been. He's never played a team like the Eagles, but the 49ers have to go into this game with the mentality is the Eagles have never played a team like us either. It's true. This is the first time each team will truly be tested since they've been on this miraculous run. Niners have only allowed 2 quarterbacks this entire year to throw over 300 yards. I'm just saying, this could be number 3. Could be. Because you look at Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert. I'm like, man, that's a formidable little crew right there. But who else have we played this year with a formidable little crew over there? The Miami Dolphins. Now, mind you, they don't have a Jalen Hurts at quarterback. But when we played the Dolphins, the hype around Tua was so real, if you remember. They were talking, and this is real life, they were talking Tua MVP status at that point of the season. Tua ascended. Tua this, Tua that. Tua didn't have a horrible game against us, but he turned the ball over, and we had him under duress all day. Sack City. We got in his head, started underthrowing passes, started throwing them straight to us, and we sacked him. Who did the Dolphins have? None other than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and a very formidable and comparable to Dallas Goedert, a Mike Gesicki. That's like 1A, 1B. Those are two peas in a pod when it comes to those three weapons right there. Mind you, A.J. Brown's a different kind of beast because he's a big-bodied, deep threat, just like DK Metcalf. And Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. But I'm just saying, two formidable receiving options with an accurate quarterback, with a pretty good tight end. That's exactly what the Dolphins had. That's exactly what Eagles have and are. I'm okay with Jalen Hurts back there throwing the ball and Nicholas John Bosa running after him, making him feel uncomfortable. And Armstead and Ebicom and maybe a little bit of Fred, maybe a little bit of a Hufanga coming through the tall grass. We have to make Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm if he's going to beat us, because if we let Jalen Hurts do whatever he wants to on the edge with his feet, this game's done, period. The one thing that gives me some hope for our defense is when running quarterbacks have hurt us this year, it's almost as if we weren't expecting it. We weren't expecting Patrick Mahomes to scramble as much as he did in that Chiefs game. It's not like he tore us up for 100 yards or anything. But the play calling was just like, you could tell the Niners were rattled. And we weren't at 100% strength either with our starters or anything like that. And that's no excuse. But you could just tell we got out-coached in that game. And then you fast forward all the way to the Raiders game, Jared Stidham. I didn't expect Jared Stidham to be running the ball like that, or the entire game plan to be as it was. And I think the Niners didn't expect that either. There's no way they did. We see what the Eagles are. They have an identity. They ain't shying away from it. You can game plan for it. Obviously, they can put new wrinkles in there. You can game plan for what they do. It's on tape. Jalen Hurts is going to run the ball. They're going to run the option. They're going to get on the edge. They're going to try to bounce it inside. They're going to get some cutesy stuff. And they're going to throw the deep ball. They do what they do, and they're really good at it. Their offense is really good. Their running game does sometimes not show up, though, from people that it should show up from. You would think Pro Bowler, apparently Mr. Sanders. I don't know. There's games where he had 140. There's games he had 20 to 30. So, Jalen Hurts, isolating his effectiveness on the ground, getting him uncomfortable in the pocket, and containing him when the play breaks down, and not allowing his legs to beat us, I think is the number one key to this game for our defense versus their offense. We've played teams with two receivers and a tight end that are good. This is probably the best offensive line we're going to play all year long, period, from this point on or this point before. But this line of the Philadelphia Eagles has never played a team like us either, and we have to keep that in mind. That's why I said, and I'll say it again, the battle at the line of scrimmage will be everything, both sides of the ball. That's why I could see this game being low-scoring affair, kind of like the Niners-Cowboys last week. I could also see this game getting in the 20s and 30s. And the last thing I want to talk about before I make my prediction for this game, Brock Purdy. He's a major factor in this game. There's been a number of quarterbacks that have got this far and then had a meltdown. And it just kind of is what it is. Ben Roethlisberger was on an awesome run. Took the Steelers to that AFC Championship through multiple interceptions. Patriots went off, did their thing. The rest is history. Carson Palmer had a meltdown just a few years back. 5-6 years ago, something like that, against the Panthers. 6 turnovers. They still had a chance to win that game, but 6 turnovers. Brock Purdy has to just keep doing what he's doing. He is literally a finalist for the Rookie of the Year. Will he win it? I don't know. 4, 5, 6, 7 times every game, he makes throws that Jimmy could never. Jimmy would never. Multiple times every single game, he does something, whether it's on a third down, whether it's the way he moves the pocket with his feet, or whether it's him keeping his eyes downfield and putting that ball where it needs to be put in there at, or maybe him scrambling away, planting his feet, and throwing the ball away in places where Jimmy would have just got sacked. Places where Trey Lance is on the sideline because he's hurt. The best ability is availability. Shannon Sharp. I'm just saying, Brock Purdy has shown a lot for Niner Nation to love moving forward. He has to continue that in this game. He has to. I have no reason to believe that he's not going to. No reason to believe that he's not going to show up. Because he hasn't shown anything where you would think, ooh, man, he doesn't give you that anxiety when he throws the ball like Jimmy did. Must say, we do get a little bit lucky sometimes, but to be good, to be great, you got to have a little luck on your side. Brock does try to throw the ball into tight windows. Sometimes it gets tipped. The Cowboys were really good at this past week, and sometimes the tips fall into your hands, and sometimes they don't. Hopefully, I pray that the tips keep falling to the ground and the Eagles don't catch them. Because if we allow the Eagles to have that early momentum, or if we have a big lead and we let them back in the game and that Philly crowd comes alive, I don't want that. That's why I say if the Niners run the ball 30, 40 times, we win this game. It could be a lot closer than anybody's expecting. I don't know what other people are expecting, but I think the Niners will prevail with a 31-27, very stressful victory. Defense will make a big stand at the end, and it'll be a good day. We'll talk about it once it's over. Hope y'all love this video. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Man, this game, it could go either way, but go Niners. Burn it down!